pretty tough, though.
Yeah.
How big is a lobster in here?
Maybe quite the chunk of lobster in there, Chef.
That's a bit of a problem. That's a big chunk of lobster to go in a tiny little flan. That's not very elegant, is it?
No, Chef.
You cook your way back in, you might be cooking your way back out.
20 seconds, come on, let's go!
My mousse comes out of the ramekin, blobs all over the plate. The only thing I could do is put this lobster on top of it, a couple chives, and hope for the best.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up! Woo!
My dish is finished. I'm really happy with the way it turned out.
We're now going to taste all 7 of your dishes.
Lynn, please bring up your scallop mousse.
First time doing a mousse?
Yes, chef.
At first glance, I think it's a great replication. I see the lobster in the mousse. And you've done a great job with respecting the ingredient. But the color of the sauce is a little more off-white than I had asked for. Whilst it has a nice, smooth consistency to it, I do find it just a little more firm than I would have liked. And that may be because you didn't add enough cream to it, or maybe it was just overcooked a hair. But from a taste perspective, spot on. Great job.
Thank you, chef.
John, please bring up your dish.
I can tell that it didn't set long enough in the ramekin.
When I took it out, the plastic that was around the ramekin was burnt off. So right there, it just didn't steam it.
I think you over whipped it. I think that was a mistake. And then when you have the friction of the blades hitting the delicate meat of the scallop, you add heat to it, and the scallops don't really relate to that.
Damn.
Very nice deshelling of the lobster claw. Unfortunately, I can't see any bits of lobster in there. Did you add the lobster in?
Yes, added the whole tail in the mixture.
Well, I can hardly taste it. Did you remove the cartilage?
I thought I got part of it out.
I didn't know what you got out. You want me to eat it?
Most definitely not.
So that's another error. I'm surprised because, you know, I see you improving, I see you getting away from the beef, but unfortunately for this dish, it's not your best work. Jennifer, please bring up your sea scallop mousse. At the beginning of this cook, you were in pieces. How are you feeling now?
A lot better, and thank you for calming me down. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to recover from it.
So you forgot your eggs.
Yes, I did.
What did you do to turn this around?
I kind of made a bit of a roux. I tried to incorporate that into the scallops when I was whipping it.
I think it was a very ingenious idea, but will it deliver the lighter texture? Jennifer? It did work. It is surprisingly light, moist. I really don't get the taste of any of that starchiness from the roux. It is a tad more dense than I would have liked, but the seasoning is spot on. The lobster is delicious. A lesson to everyone in resourcefulness and creativity. Because this, as a replication, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Please go back to your station.
I don't think Jennifer's a threat to me in this competition. I do believe, however, that some people don't take her as seriously as they should. She just doesn't give up.
Sabrina, please bring us your dish. A little light on the sauce. Not as clean demolding.
I just wish my ramekin could have set for 1 minute before I had to plate it.
It looks like it's just cooked through from what I can tell visually. For me, has a good depth of flavor. In terms of its presentation, it's not the pretty little dish that I was hoping to see. I don't think it's your best, but it's got great flavor. Very good.
Christopher, please bring up your mousse. In terms of color and presentation, spot on. The sauce looks a bit sparse and very thin. But other than that, that looks like a perfect replication. Lobster, perfectly cooked, nice hunk so I can really put my teeth into it. The mousse, smooth as silk, velvety, taste seasoning perfect, and I can taste the scallops as well, which is very important. Good job. Please go back to your station.
Thank you, chef.
Christopher's such a force. He's coming big time on my heels.
Cody, you're up next. At first glance, it looks a bit heavy-handed. So you have the sauce over top of everything, just starting to cross into that bechamel territory.
Yes, chef.
Not a beurre blanc, which is a very light wine sauce with a little bit of cream. This looks very heavy. The mousse, though, looks like you achieved that really well. It's pretty tough, though. How big is a lobster in here?
Maybe quite the chunk of lobster in there, chef.
That's a bit of a problem. That's a big chunk of lobster to go in a tiny little flan. That's not very elegant, is it?
No, chef.
How could I have possibly let this happen? It's got a taste bang on. That's my only hope.
You definitely achieved a creamy texture. But that's only half the battle. The scallop flavor that we're looking for isn't there for me. The cream is taking over.
Okay.
Please go back to your station. Thank you.
Michael, please bring up your dish. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty horrible. I want to apologize to you for disrespecting your signature dish.
You know, this was a replication challenge, and whilst there is a mousse on the plate with a lobster on it, it's a ways away from the original. You know, the seasoning is very good. The consistency, very smooth. Where you may have gone wrong is maybe adding a little bit too much cream, and there just wasn't enough protein to hold the structure up the way it should. It's an easy mistake to make, one that I've made many times, trying to replicate and perfect this dish. Not your best efforts. Please go back to your station.
We've tasted all your dishes, and now we need a few moments to discuss.
There were some dishes there that I think looked very close to the replication and tasted close.
The people that I thought were going to perform really well didn't, and the people that I thought were going to fail rose up to this new level.
No one was perfect. Pretty close ones there.
Before we announce the best dish of the night, we want to call your attention to a home cook who displayed great tenacity in the face of an overwhelming setback. That home cook is Jennifer.
I've spent too many years at the bottom of the food chain. Time for this little star to shine.
The best dish of the night was made by a home cook that continues to adapt to whatever it is that we throw at them. Christopher, that home cook is you, and congratulations.
Thank you, chef. Back-to-back wins, 2 elimination challenges in a row. If I play my cards right, I'll be Canada's next MasterChef.
On the other hand, there were 3 dishes that failed on a number of levels.
Please step forward. Michael.
Cody.
John.
3 strong and motivated home cooks stand before us, but we have to send at least one of you home.
Michael, please step forward. Tonight, in this replication challenge, you plated the worst-looking dish. Fortunately for you, the flavor of your mousse saved you. Please go back to your station.
Wow. Cody, you just came back to this competition, and we were hoping that you'd be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you deserve to be here. You didn't do that tonight.
I just cooked my way back into this competition, but right now I could be going home.
John, tonight you faced technical challenges that defeated your best efforts.
I need to stay alive. I just need this mousse to keep me in for another day.
We have no choice but to eliminate the person who made the worst dish. And tonight, the worst dish was made by John.
Cody, you're safe, but just by the skin of your teeth. Please head back to your station.
Thank you, chef.
John, anyone in this kitchen who dismissed you as the meat guy or the jock were blindsided by what you brought to this competition. Your will to win and calm under pressure are awe-inspiring. please come on up and say goodbye.
My goal was to win. I'm disappointed, but it's hard to even put into words how much I've got out of this. And how much I've grown.
Rich, full, bright, and you've proven you can cook a great dessert.
I don't know how you do these little dainty things so well. Keep surprising me with those big hands.
I was getting more confident by the day.
You are now the cook to beat in this competition.
Perfect. Just seeing this dish, it'd be like, wow, he's definitely one of the front runners.
I'm just inspired to just work harder. You get knocked down sometimes, it's how you get back up.
John! Before you go, who will be Canada's next MasterChef?
It's gotta be Sabrina. She wants it, she's got it. Love you guys.